Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best immersion hand blenders in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 11. Chef Series Deluxe Immersion Hand Blender. If you want the best immersion blender to really do it all, the Chef Series Deluxe Immersion Hand Blender is a top pick. It has onboard storage for its many attachments, so you won't lose track of where everything is. The handle itself has 5 speeds and is powered by 1000 watts. There is a jug and a food processor attachment, meaning you can use the chopping, emulsifying and kneading blades with the immersion handle, or mash, whisk or blitz with the handheld. If you want something for a small space, opting for the Chef Series Deluxe Immersion Hand Blender isn't the best choice. While it's multifunctional if you're also in search of a food processor, there are a lot of space requirements for something with so many attachments. Number 10. NutriBullet Immersion Blender. The NutriBullet Immersion Blender comes at a reasonable price and has a whisk and blender attachment for making delicious desserts and smooth soups and sauces. There are 2 speeds for different intensities and consistencies, and a soft grip handle to prevent any slipping. The motor is just over half that of our top pick, the Braun MQ9007 Multiquick, and there are no anti-scratch designs to prevent your pans from being damaged, but for the price this is a great choice. Number 9. Vitamix Immersion Blender. The design is suitable for use in any container and the bell-shaped blade guard prevents you from scratching up your favorite pots and pans while still allowing soup and smoothies to run through to the blade in a smooth current. This immersion blender has less of the bells and whistles of some of the more multifunctional ones in this guide, but for its 5 speeds, one-handed operation and durable stainless steel design, it's a winner. Number 8. 2-Speed Hand Blender. It is the best value immersion blender. This low-cost immersion blender does a great job blending softer foods like soups, milkshakes, whipped cream, and dressings. It has a 225-watt motor, the lowest we tested, yet it was powerful enough to blend a pot of soup smoothly in under 90 seconds. It features 2 blending speeds controlled by 2 large buttons that are easy to press down. Of all the immersion blenders we tested, this one has the shortest shaft, which is great for small batch blending, but would be difficult to use in a deep container like a tall pot of soup. It comes with whisk and food processor attachments that are top rack dishwasher safe. Keep in mind the plastic handle has a wide circumference and it feels a little slippery, making it tiresome to hold onto, especially if you have small hands, and the blending attachment did not feel as sturdy as other models we evaluated. Number 7. KitchenAid 5-Speed Hand Blender. It is the best immersion blender with multiple blade styles. Though it has fewer speeds than the Breville, this KitchenAid model has always been flexible enough for recipe developer Jessie Sheehan. It's a tool you might not think you really need, but it's actually super helpful, she says. I have a salad dressing phobia, I always want other people to make it for me. But this really helps. I can make mayo or a fruit compote, or I can whip egg whites for baking with the whisk attachment. We have a Vitamix we use when we're making smoothies en masse, but it's nice to be able to make smaller portions too. One of the attachment bell blades that come with the 5-speed is, in fact, meant to be especially efficient at crushing ice. It's easy to use, and the cord has never been a problem because it's quite long, Sheehan says. Plus it's not crazy expensive. Number 6. Cuisinart Smart Stick Variable Speed Hand Blender. It is the best less expensive immersion blender. The Cuisinart Smart Stick, favored by 2 of the pros I spoke with, has a variable speed dial that takes the handheld machine from low to high. That's actually one of the features Christensen likes about it. The controls are really easy, she says of the stick, which she has owned for about 5 years. Clearly, it's built to last. Chef and author Virginia Willis can certainly attest to that too. She had an older model Cuisinart immersion blender for 15 years and only recently replaced it with this one. I find it to be such a great tool, she says. Especially when it comes to making soups, it's so much safer and easier than pouring the liquid into a blender. Plus if you're making something like refried beans, it's easy to control going partway blended instead of fully. Number 5. Breville Control Grip Immersion Blender. It is the best overall immersion blender. The majority of the experts I spoke to named the Breville Control Grip as their favorite immersion blender. With 15 speeds, it's the most high-tech of the bunch. It is on the bigger side, says food writer and editor Elise Whitney, but it's really powerful. Matt Rodbard, a food writer, an editor, and a co-author of the recently released Food IQ, has had his for more than 5 years. For me, it's just really brought a lot of utility when making soups and sauces, he says. Plus I love the way it feels in my hand. Posey Bryan, a recipe developer and writer for the food site 600 Acres, has had hers for even longer, more than a decade. I love it, she says. It's so easy to use and clean. It's sturdy and substantial and the motor is great. I really think everyone should be using an immersion blender more often. It's good for eggs. If you blend your scrambled eggs with one, they'll be so much creamier and better. It's good for smoothies. It's good for sauces of any kind, really. And no matter what you're doing, the rubberized lip means it won't scratch the bottom of any pots, pans, or bowls. Plus there are all the attachments. You can use the blender function to puree pumpkin or smooth out a custard for a cream pie, then swap it out for the whisk attachment to whip up some cream to top it with, says Petra Paredes, the owner of Petty's Pie Company in Brooklyn and the author of Pie for Everyone. It has a cup attachment that lets you use it as a regular blender, too, so it can replace multiple tools that would otherwise take up a lot of space. Number 4. Mueller UltraStick 500W 9-speed. It is the best heavy-duty hand blender. If you are looking for a model to use in a professional setting, or you know you're hard on your kitchen appliances, check out the Mueller UltraStick 500W 9-speed. This device has a solid feel due to its metal construction, and the blending arm locks directly into the motor. Our team found this model particularly powerful during our blending assessment, thanks to its 500-watt motor. The power buttons are a cinch to use, adding to kitchen efficiency. However, the speed dial is rather challenging to use during operation. You can work around this by placing your speed on the right setting before blending. Regardless, we discovered that this product doesn't circulate ingredients and some of the other options. Flaws aside, the Mueller UltraStick 500W is a terrific choice if you're in the market for a heavy-duty hand blender. Number 3. Ovent 300W Immersion Blender. It is excellent performance for the price. The Ovent 300W Immersion Blender is one of our favorite models, especially considering the price. It's very easy to toggle speed while in use. You don't have to stop blending to change speeds, unlike several models in our review. Removing the shaft when it's time to clean is as easy as can be, and attaching it is a cinch. While using the Ovent to create smoothies, our testers noticed that it creates a bit of extra suction. Although the handle is comfortable, it is relatively large. This may be preferable for some people, but others may prefer a device with a more slender construction. Lastly, the Ovent only includes the standard shaft and chopper, but that may be all you need. Overall, we think this device is an excellent choice for those shopping on a budget who aren't looking for extra bells and whistles. Number 2. Amazon Basics Multi-Speed Immersion. It is the best bang for the buck. If you're ready to immerse yourself into the hand blender world but don't want to break the bank to purchase one, we recommend the Amazon Basics Multi-Speed Immersion. This model is one of the best, especially considering the price when it comes to blending performance. We noticed that the accessories are effortless to attach, making it a cinch to get prepped for blending up your delicious sauces, dips, and concoctions in the kitchen. Although the attachments are a cinch to snap into place, we found them to be a bit difficult to remove. If you're going to be switching up accessories in the middle of your project, be ready to put a little extra elbow grease into exchanging them. Another minor flaw we found is that the speed setting is a bit of a pain to change while the appliance is in use. Still, this isn't much of a problem as long as you don't mind halting your blend for a quick second to dial it up or down. If you're looking for an affordable hand blender with similar performance to the high-end models, go with the Amazon Basics Multi-Speed. Number 1. Braun Multi-Quick. It is the best overall immersion hand blender. When it comes to hand blenders, it'd be hard to top the Braun Multi-Quick. This nifty little kitchen appliance is one of the most comfortable models we've reviewed, and the buttons are easy to use. When it comes time to grind, whip, and blend, the Braun offers the utmost performance, further enhanced when you engage the turbo boost. During our smoothie making party, this device did a great job, didn't create much suction, and pulverized everything very quickly. We also found that the attachments for this model were especially easy to change. However, speaking of attachments, the Braun only includes 2. If you're looking for a model with a chopping cup attachment or a milk frother, this is not the one. The only other flaw we found is that the textured handle is so grippy that it tends to hold on to little towel fuzzies and dust. Despite these minor drawbacks, we still think this appliance is the best choice for those looking for a simple ergonomic blender, does a tremendous job, and is easy to use.